Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I want to show how to sew up the hem of this angel gown. So let me zoom in. The pattern has a row of eyelets and then a small hem over here. Fold that over and using just one pin, there we go, just to make sure that these are straight, just for the first guidance. There we go. Then this is a darn needle, blunt. The length is long, so when I finished the gown, this is just over half an arm's length of yarn. For a gown that is 8.5 inches wide, let me zoom out. So the gown is 8.5 inches wide and 22 centimeters. So the thread that I'm using is 30. It's almost, yeah, it's more than 50 centimeters. It's half a meter. So you need a fair amount, more than double of what the width of the, yeah, 22 centimeters. Yeah, that's correct. Excuse me. So let me zoom back in. Okay. So having cast off, I've left the yarn as is. And now that I've pinned it in place, just, that's not very well pinned very well. Make sure I catch enough. There we go. Okay, so now it's pinned in place. I am going to fold it over, catch this inner thread, inner thread here, holding it in place. As this is an angel gown, it's not going to be washed or used frequently, so I don't need to sew that up. What's important is just to be able to hold it in place for the first few stitches, making sure that's secure, won't come undone. And then I'm going to be working along this row here, and I'm going to catch the lower loop. See that stocking stitch on that side? It will be this last row of stocking stitch here. You can see inside there is this pattern. Okay, so the first part's a bit tricky because I'm working over knits and pearls, but yes, so once I get past this first little bit, the rest is quite easy. Taking the pin out because now it's securely in place. I am going to catch the bottom part of this row. There we go. Come back in. Now I could whip stitch all along, that's an option, but I prefer to go, it's a bit more tricky, to go up and down, making sure always to use the bottom one. And if one, make sure to catch every stitch, not skipping or going back into the one I've just worked. That's why I go back into the one, making sure I catch the new one. Then it will stay straight. So this is actually quite tight and that's quite loose. So what one really is using as a guidance is the stitch count. See there? Come more to the middle of the screen. Catching this one and catching that one. I don't pull it exceptionally tight, just enough to hold it in place. Okay, I can pick up speed. And I'll meet you at the end. Just keep on going along. So I am approaching the end. And just finishing the last few stitches. Yonder it does tend to curl. So here, once again, because I'm going over different types of stitches, knits and purls, I can just more or less guess where it needs to be. Okay, and go down this side, catch one, come back up, just secure it in place. And then I'm going to feed it underneath. You can't see it from that side. Pull it through. And then feed it some more. It's making sure it doesn't come through. Feed it through. And then you come back. There we go. Cut off the end. There's a very small piece left, considering it was over a meter long. So let me zoom out. There we go. Work that away. This little dress is 7.5 inches long, 19 centimeters long. To work away this thread here, I use a sharp pointed needle, a chenille, C-H-E-N-I-L-L-E. It looks like a darning needle, slightly different sizes, but it's not because it has a sharp point. Then going from the outside, let me zoom in. Going from the outside, feed it through. I'm feeding it down here. Making sure to try and catch as many of the threads as possible, and that is why I use a needle with a sharp point. Now I keep holding this here, okay, because I don't want it to scrunch this up. It's got to stay flexible. Untwist the yarn a bit and then feed it down some more. How far you go is up to you. Once again, if this was a heavy wash article, as it would be if it was for a newborn, then I would split the yarn into 3 and I would work each thread away in a different direction. But this little gown's not going to be having that kind of treatment. So there we go, and that's done. It's going to have a little bonnet with it, which needs a ribbon. This is a 3 millimeter ribbon. Will be threaded through the bonnet, and then a little bit of the ribbon. Once these are washed, I'll be washing them. A little tiny bow will be made on the dress as well. Thank you very much. Bye.